The film opens with the world still mourning the loss of its greatest superhero, Kal-El of Krypton, more famously known as Superman. It's been half a year since the tragic event known as Doomsday, marking the passing of their beloved superhero. Gordon Godfrey, appearing on a local TV show, shares his views on these enigmatic beings called Supermen, individuals possessing remarkable power, whose return has sparked some debates. Gordon emphasizes the need for humans to rely on themselves rather than superheroes. Amidst this discussion, there's optimism that Superman might still be alive, given the mysterious disappearance of his body. This raises questions about what truly transpired on that day. Lois Lane, filled with grief for Superman, organizes his belongings in their apartment. Superman's adoptive parents, Jonathan and Martha Kent, pay her a comforting visit. Realizing she must comprehend the origins of these supposed Supermen, Lois contacts Wonder Woman to access any insights the Justice League might possess. However, Wonder Woman is concerned that Lois might become consumed by the enigma of the Supermen and lose herself in her quest for knowledge. Later, Lois attends a charitable event hosted by Lex Luthor, the self-absorbed and power-hungry CEO of LexCorp. This event serves as an opportunity to introduce Lex's collaboration with Metropolis' latest hero, Superboy. Lois adopts a disguise to gather information from Dabney Donovan, a brilliant geneticist at LexCorp. Donovan inadvertently discloses that Superboy is an artificially created clone. Before their conversation can progress, Lex interrupts, and the reunion is cut short by the arrival of another Superman, the Eradicator. The Eradicator's intent is to eliminate Lex for his criminal activities. Superboy attempts to defend against the Eradicator but suffers a defeat. The battle escalates with the intervention of Steel and Cyborg Superman. The intense clash culminates in the destruction of the building. The Eradicator retreats, leaving Superboy and Cyborg Superman subject to scrutiny by the local media due to the tumultuous events that transpired. Lois cleverly prompts Lex to reveal that Superboy is a clone crafted from Superman's DNA within a LexCorp laboratory. It's unveiled that Superman survived his confrontation with Doomsday and had been recovering at the Fortress of Solitude. The Eradicator transferred his radiated eye to Superman during Lois's recent exposure. Later that night, Cyborg Superman approaches Lois, asserting his identity as the authentic Superman. He details his use of advanced alien technology to reconstruct himself while hovering near death. He insists that, despite his altered appearance, he remains the same person Lois recognizes. In response to queries about Superman's last concealed secret, Cyborg Superman discloses memory loss from his revival. He implores Lois to vouch for his authenticity and aid in establishing him as the genuine Superman. Meanwhile, the other Supermen gain positive attention for combating criminals, including drug lords and supervillains. Superboy faces pressure from Lex, who seeks to improve his tarnished reputation compared to the other three. To achieve this, Lex assigns Superboy to the Presidential Security Detail alongside Justice League members. During the unveiling of the Justice League's new watchtower by President Dale, a foreboding portal emerges in the sky, releasing parademons. Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, and Superboy engage the invaders in the air, while Batman and the Flash handle the threat from the ground. Amid an attack on the president's motorcade by parademons, Cyborg Superman intervenes and rescues the president. After overcoming the adversaries, the portal device collapses onto the Justice League members, causing them to vanish without a trace. Their apparent demise leads to a memorial held by the president in their honor, with Cyborg Superman being declared the genuine Superman, much to Lex's objection. Observing Superboy's limited achievements, Lex opts to terminate him and brings him to the laboratory. As Lex obtains the serum, Dabney engages in a conversation with Superboy. When Lex overhears Superboy talking back, he reveals that Superboy is a result of both Superman's and his own DNA. Dabney persuades Lex to retain Superboy due to his superiority over other clones. Despite agreeing, Dabney is dismissed and terminated. Meanwhile, Cyborg Superman is seen visiting a grave at a local cemetery, lost in contemplation. Suddenly, he experiences a severe headache and perceives Darkseid through his cybernetic eyes. It becomes evident that Darkseid manipulated Cyborg Superman's actions. Lois Lane observes Cyborg Superman's activities, leading her to Terry Henshaw's grave. Later, Steel returns to his base, revealing himself as Dr. John Henry Irons from the LexCorp charity event. Lois arrives unannounced, revealing her knowledge of Steel and seeking his assistance in deciphering her findings regarding Cyborg Superman. After delving into STR Labs records, they discover that Terry Henshaw was an astronaut on the Excalibur alongside her husband, Hank Henshaw. Realizing Hank Henshaw's mysterious disappearance, Lois deduces that Cyborg Superman is, in fact, Hank Henshaw himself. At the memorial, Cyborg Superman emphasizes the sacrifices made by his fellow heroes. With Superman and the Justice League absent, he proposes the creation of a new and stronger team, the Cyber Corps. One volunteer joins his cause and receives alien technology that grants powers. A demonstration attracts more recruits to his movement. Lois and John ponder the source of Hank's advanced alien technology. Steel reaches out to his contacts familiar with such technology, but they are ambushed by the Eradicator. Meanwhile, Lois endeavors to gather information from Lex, and during her interaction with the despondent Superboy, they are interrupted by Steel's accidental call while grappling with the Eradicator. As Steel and the Eradicator clash, Lois detects an anomaly in the Eradicator's behavior, speculating that it might be a hologram program designed to shield recovering Kryptonians, especially Superman. Hank and his Cyber Corps infiltrate the Watchtower under Darkseid's guidance. Hank, under Darkseid's influence, directs the opening of a portal to usher in Darkseid's army and complete his destructive mission without Superman or the Justice League opposing them. Darkseid's victory appears certain as more people join the Cyber Corps, but a few dissenters voice discomfort and join a protest at the Watchtower against Cyborg Superman's purportedly improved Justice League. Meanwhile, the original Justice League members are alive and battling enigmatic creatures from a distant galaxy. Cyborg endeavors to open a portal back to Earth but fails, asserting that an Earth dweller must facilitate their return. As Steel endures a beating from the Eradicator, a human Superman emerges from a spaceship, having undergone a revitalization process fed by ion radiation provided by the Eradicator to restore him. Superman quickly familiarizes himself with current events, coinciding with a surprise appearance by Superboy. In another development, Lex presents Lois with an intercepted communication between Darkseid and Hank, revealing Darkseid's orders. In anticipation of an impending war, Lex unveils a potent asset, a mother box fashioned from scavenged alien technology obtained during Darkseid's initial arrival on Earth. With a resolute determination, Superman heads to Metropolis to thwart Darkseid's plans and rescue Hank. Utilizing an alien spaceship, Superman makes his way to the city. Meanwhile, Lois and Lex arrive at the Watchtower, where a protest is in full swing. Lois devises a plan to divert Cyborg Superman and his followers' attention while Lex readies the Mother Box, a vital instrument in the resurrection of the Justice League. Lois boldly interrupts Hank's conversation with Darkseid and challenges him about his allegiance. With his facade exposed, Hank seizes Lois by the neck. However, an alert blares, signaling Superman's approach in an alien spaceship bound for the Watchtower. Darkseid, learning of Superman's survival, eagerly anticipates the chance to personally eliminate him. He commands Hank to activate the Mother Box within him, compelling the Cyber Corps to form a circle, uniting their hands to conjure a colossal portal for Darkseid and his forces. Provoking Hank, Lois entices him to defy Darkseid and vie for the opportunity to vanquish Superman. Hank destroys the Mother Box, thereby closing the portal. Just as Superman crashes the spaceship onto the Watchtower, reuniting with Lois, Hank lifts the ship and mercilessly attacks the weakened hero. It emerges that Hank blames Superman for his own failure to save Hank and his wife, aligning himself with Darkseid to exact vengeance. Amidst the chaos, Hank orders the Cyber Corps to assault Metropolis. In a critical moment, Lex endeavors to activate the Mother Box but finds himself cornered by two Cyber Corps members. Steel and Superboy intervene, saving Lex and granting him the time needed to activate the Mother Box. Lex repurposes a defeated Cyber Corps member as an energy source, successfully activating the Mother Box. This act summons the Justice League back to Earth through a portal. Just as the Justice League's return triggers a fierce battle, Hank anticipates their interference and propels the Watchtower into outer space. During the skirmish, Lois seizes an alien gun, using it to break free. As Hank relentlessly pummels Superman, Lois's attempt to shoot Hank proves futile. In a clever move, she activates the sun shield on the Watchtower. Harnessing its energy, Superman unleashes a searing heat blast, severely damaging one of Hank's arms. Although Hank employs alien technology to regrow his arm, Superman charges and impales him with a data crystal from the Fortress of Solitude. Within Hank's mind, the Eradicator surfaces and eradicates his lingering vendetta against Superman, effectively neutralizing him. With Hank's defeat, the Cyber Corps members revert to their human forms, the battle comes to a halt, and tranquility is restored. In the aftermath, Superman and Lois share a passionate zero-gravity kiss within the Watchtower. As 6 months pass, Martian Manhunter assumes the role of Superman. making a joint announcement with Clark Kent's return to his home, a strategic effort to safeguard Superman's secret identity and reconcile the two identities he embodies. Clark and Lois enjoy a leisurely date, during which Clark shares that Connor, also known as Superboy, has found a home with Superman's adoptive parents. Their romantic moment is interrupted when Clark receives an urgent call from Wonder Woman, summoning him back to the Watchtower. Lois acknowledges the world's dependence on Superman and assures him of her understanding. In a post-credits scene, the members of the Justice League gather to strategize against Darkseid following the recent assault. They reach a consensus to confront Darkseid directly, determined to take the battle to him and thwart his sinister plans. However, their meeting is unexpectedly disrupted when Lex Luthor makes an uninvited entrance into the Watchtower, introducing a new layer of uncertainty and intrigue to the unfolding events. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more interesting movies.